next speaker is Omar Baldeh from, I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrong, from University of Texas, Austin. All the way from the Gambia. Let's give a round of applause.
Nelson Mandela fought against apartheid, a battle for freedom, but that was the battle of his generation. I stand before you today, summoning the spirit of Mandela, when I tell you the fight for our generation is bridging the digital divide in Africa. We have the most developed countries around the world ready to go to war over the latest machines powering artificial intelligence. Yet still in our continent, less than 50% is connected online. As a matter of fact, statistically, only 43% of Africa can reliably access the internet. We have machines outside our continent processing our data, analyzing our data, coming up with algorithms that are to predict our future, that are to determine our future for us. Yet still, we're still brick and mortar, we're still offline and analog. Does this sit well with you? If Nelson Mandela were alive today, he wouldn't have cried freedom. He wouldn't have cried for protesting. Africa is free, and South Africa is free. Rather, Nelson Mandela would have realized the urgency of technology and Africa taking in step in this digital foothold, knowing that our sovereignty, our freedom, our resources, our future, and our entire identity relies on our digital foothold. Where does Africa stand in this digital race? I'm asking you right now. As a generation, we are in a transition. Artificial intelligence is taking over. Yes, still, how many data centers do we have in Africa that are African-owned, run, or operated? That's right. Yeah. 0. We are the last generation that can put up a fight and ensure that Africa has an identity in this digital race. Or else, you know what's going to happen? Generations and generations and generations to come after us are going to be doomed to play catch. There will always be steps and steps behind. Nelson Mandela gave us freedom. We are supposed to pass on the legacy to the next generation. And it is with the realization of that urgency that I founded CHOPSEP, the biggest digital transformation platform in the Gambia. It enables farmers unions, women traders, restaurants, grocery chain, and delivery to be able to go online and sell their products all over the world. Why? Because that's what technology does. It bridges the gaps. It moves the ceilings. Today, whilst the farmer in the Gambia can be able to sell anywhere around the world, and Gambian young people will be doing the delivery in the Gambia, thereby creating employment. And we all know how young people in Africa are facing, are hammered off, are risking their lives, are going through hell, modern-day slavery, simply because they couldn't have meaningful and dignified employment back in their home countries. If Kwame Nkrumah was alive today, he wouldn't have cried freedom. He would have stressed the same importance of us taking care of our technology, taking care of our future, and making sure Africa is a step ahead. Kwame Nkrumah wouldn't have established a university to teach people about freedom. We are free, and I'm re-emphasizing this. We are free, and there is nothing standing between us and making the greater promises for generations to come. And I'm telling you right now, Nelson Mandela said, after climbing one hill, what do you find? Another bigger one to climb. So building the biggest digital transformation in the Gambia is not enough. The digital transformation fight for Africa is a pan-African one. And that's why I am here today. I work with startups all across Africa, helping them with that DevOps strategy, which is critical because according to Google and IFC, again, even our statistics come from companies that are based outside our continent. But still, it's all I have. So I'm about to share that with you. Digital transformation and moving to the cloud could transform Africa's economy by 1.5 trillion US dollars. That's a GDP increment by 2030. And this is what I do right now for startups across Africa. But I cannot do this alone. That's why I'm standing in front of you today with a battle cry and telling you to channel the inner Kwame Nkrumah in you When you go back to your home countries, establish research institutions that study artificial intelligence and data science. Why? Because it's not a US thing, it's not a Korea thing. It is a global thing, and Africa is part of the world, and Africa can lead the world in that sense. If you go back to your home countries, I want you to summon the inner Winnie Mandela in you and ask businesses to go online and provide platforms that bring businesses online. If you go back to your home countries, I want you to summon the inner Nelson Mandela in you and invest in infrastructure and ask leaders to invest in infrastructure that's going to power technology and digital transformation. Because we are the last generation and we are the last foothold. So my question to you today is, are you going to sit on the sideline and wait and watch as we are doomed the next generation to play catch? Or are you going to take a stand? Are you going to make a move? Are you going to channel the inner Nelson Mandela, the inner Kwame Nkrumah, the inner Winnie Mandela, and heed to the call of digital transformation for Africa? As Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great, and you could be that generation."